as per usual. It never just starts off with everything correct. I always gotta edit a bunch of stuff, you know? Because why not? Let's see. There we go. Live chat setup on everything now. Much faster setup time this time than, you know, all the previous times. And it did it. It did the thing I didn't want it to do. There we go. Not that it matters. There's nothing there. But I just don't like it, you know, doing things that I don't want it to do. Because who would? Who would like things doing things you explicitly told them not to do? Nobody. Nobody would appreciate that. So there you go. Anyway, what are you all up to? How's it going today? Let me go ahead and I'm going to notify my Discord because people exist in there. And you guys should definitely exist in there too. Link in the description below. Let's see it. Everyone. I am live. Okay. There we go. We'll pull up Kick's good old stream there. Okay, there we go. How y'all doing? Thank y'all for coming on in. It's been interesting doing live streams. Never really particularly been good at them, but, you know, trying to give them more of a chance. I've always just been to get the topic done out of the way and move on with my day type situation, but maybe live streams will work out, you know? I mean, I don't know. First time I really started doing live streams again, and it blew up pretty good on that day, so hey, you just never know what comes. Maybe YouTube's just trying to butter me up. Who knows? Just got back from a nice long 2-mile hike out in the middle of the woods. That gets the kids down for bed easy, as it turns out. Yeah. When you have to wear your kids out, you really do have to wear them out. Don't let any of their oh, hello InfoWars. How's it going? There we go. Info equals wars. Nice. Appreciate you coming by here. How y'all doing? Alrighty, we're going to get started on some of this here in a few. Once a couple people get the memo, they all get in here, and we'll start covering some news. We'll start going over some fun stuff, you know, some funny stuff, you know, and going over this kid. I don't know what's going on here. I had a leftist earlier on my video. I did a video over this Caden Speight. Speight could really be read either way. I made a video saying possible hoax because it had not been a confirmed hoax yet. So this kid went missing sometime overnight. News got out all day that this kid was missing, that he was abducted by a gang of Hispanics because he may have been wearing a MAGA hat or something like that. And then I saw immediately as I was covering it, someone saying, hey, this is a hoax. And I'm like, oh, this could be a hoax. Let's look into it. So I looked into it and found out, hey, we don't know what's going on here. And that's how the video went. And a leftist then accused me of straight up passing on bad information, even though I'll just pull up the video. I'll see what you guys think. If you guys think that I did clickbait here, I genuinely want to see your reaction because I didn't change this thumbnail. This here, abducted by 4 Hispanic males for wearing a MAGA hat. Possible hoax, as you can see on the full title there. Am I zoomed out? 110. Why is it so small here? Doesn't it seem a little small? Weird. I guess they added more. But yeah, you can see the full title here. Abducted by 4 Hispanic males for wearing MAGA hat. Possible hoax. My thumbnail says, hoax or not, he must be found. Because he is a minor. Don't think that's controversial. And the person clicked on that video and said I was doing clickbait and spreading false information. I didn't once I found out it was a hoax, I didn't try to make this video after finding out it was a hoax. I found out it was a hoax right when recording, like 2 minutes in. Found out it was a hoax, possibly. Had no idea if it was confirmed or not yet, though, because it hadn't been. He hadn't been found yet. And now people are coming after he's been found and not paying attention to where I'm at, because I say in the beginning, I was like, hey, this kid is missing and we need to find him. And for some reason, they think I made that video after they found him. It's unbelievable. 5 hours ago. I think he was found like an hour or two ago or something like that. 4 hours ago. Okay. So he was found like right after I made the video. 5 hours ago, I made the video. He was found 4 hours ago. Caden Speight wearing a MAGA hat. See, this was sent out 7 hours ago. And then 4 hours ago, he said he's been found safe. So I'm not making a video yet saying, hey, this is fake. And he's been found, because it's not a lot of information. I gave most of that information. I said, hey, if this is fake, this is really weird. I'll update you guys when I find out why. And we haven't found out why yet. At least I don't think. I'm going to try and go to the latest. So, desperate search on for teenager in MAGA hat missing after reported in Florida. This is an Amber Alert. This guy sent this 5 minutes ago. Now, see, that's someone who's not informed, right? I would think. Why are they coming after me? It's in the video. It's in the title. It's in the thumbnail. You know? Yeah, right. The one time Darty doesn't do misinfo. Thank you. No, you mean the one time I don't do clickbait. Yeah, exactly. The left is triggered. They don't go after any of my other videos, you know? And I use clickbait because, well, it's not like I try to purposely use clickbait. So there's a couple of factors. I only have so many characters I can put in a YouTube video. Like, I plan on covering so much, like Hassan and other stuff. Look at my title. That's all I could do. I have like 3 more characters I can use at the end of that. I don't know a 3-letter word that I could put at the end. Maybe ETC. I should have said, could have updated with ETC. But it's kind of, I don't know, it's just cliche. It just looked ugly to me yeah, it looks ugly. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's just, it's silly. Yeah, there's some really bad trolls. It's wild. It's wild to see them, like, try so hard. But, like I said, so I have a character limited, you know, characters are limited. I have to make all that work somehow and make it catchy for someone to click on. Sometimes I can't type enough in it, and that's a real problem, so I'm sitting here using Grok now to be like, condense this as much as possible into a title for me. Sometimes the titles actually do. Sometimes Grok does find a way to get really all that info condensed down in a way that I never thought it would. You know, I mean, so it's funny. I consider myself to be one of the worst people, grammar, English, anything. But I made straight A's all throughout school. That was one of the classes I excelled in. That's one of the only places I, like, made straight A's other than, like, science classes and band, which you're not making straight A's in band. You're not trying at all. But anyway, with those things, oh, 1 second, guys. Sorry. Wife needed the wallet. Anyway. So, yeah, English is actually one of the, I just excelled in it. I don't know why. Genuinely don't. I feel like I didn't put much effort into any of those classes at all. But anyway, you get what I'm saying. So Grok figures out a way to condense it down really well for me. And sometimes it works. Sometimes Grok is not ready for any type of questioning at all and comes up with some wild stuff. So, you know, it's a hit or miss. But sometimes you can kind of tell if I'm using Grok. Anyway, what were you saying there? The troll was getting so triggered when I called him out for being a troll. Yeah, sometimes you just got to ignore him for the most part. By the way, saw the metal vids that I have sent to you on Discord. Oh, have I saw the metal videos? Let me see. Let me see. What is this? Biggest metal band in every country in the world. Oh, okay. Nice. I bet on that list, tell me if I'm right or not. Oh, the 7 levels of Christian metal. Okay, gotcha. I saw somebody's video I just watched. I'm not even kidding. Somebody did 7 levels of fantasy books. And the guy did it. He did his video based on one of those videos that was 7 levels of like greatest rap music, which I'll probably never watch really because I just don't like rap. I really don't like it much at all. You know, I'm a metal guy, and as clearly as you've sent me metal videos, you knew that. But anyway, that's cool. I'm gonna have to check that out. I would like to see 7 levels of power metal and stuff too. That'd be sick. But as for your list here, the biggest metal band in every country, tell me if I'm right or wrong here. Is Bloodywood #1 in India? Because it better damn well be. Better damn well be. I'll watch those videos later on, absolutely. Or I could watch them here. Am I allowed to watch them here? Is that bad? That's probably not a nice thing for me to do since I'm a political channel, is it? I don't know if that'd be good for me to do or not. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Maybe they'll appreciate it. Who knows? Maybe you guys will go check them out, maybe for me, so I don't get in any trouble if I do it. We'll see if I get there. It seems as though Caden Speight had it all planned out. He was not shot. His truck was. What was his truck shot by, though? What happened? I want to know what happened with this kid. I want to know if they set it up. If they're a left-wing family, right-wing family, what was the motive? Was the mom trying to get the police to find her kid by lying about something? And then, you know, this kid just ran away from home and the parents were mad. And so they were like, oh, let's see if we can get the police on this a little quicker. Make up a situation. What? No, don't. No, you're not going to jump up on the desk. No, I got stuff there. I got stuff. I know. If you're wanting out of here, I can take you out of here. I know you're cooped up. Down. No, sir. Down. No. Here, come on. I gotta take this boy outside, like out of this room real quick. He's been cooped up a little bit today. It was too hot to walk him, and he's very upset with us. He is very, very upset with us. It's just a little too hot out on the concrete for his paws, and he doesn't understand. So I try to run him out in the backyard. I'm going to take him out back again. Apparently that wasn't enough for him. So, poor thing needs some attention, you know? Anyway, so I want to know what all the motivation was for this. This just doesn't make any sense to me. For this to come out as, oh, look, we, you know, this incident happened. And then what did they think would happen afterwards, right? It's a little unusual because it's like they should have thought it a lot further out than that. I just don't see, because this person's like, it seems as though Caden Speight had it all planned out. He clearly didn't. This hoax was really easy to figure out, right? So what happened? Like, is this just giving a little bit of ammo to the left or something to be like, oh, look, you called that a hoax? And it's like, who cares? Genuinely, it's not like, so what? He got caught. He got caught lying. Nobody's defending him. How is this an own? You know what I mean? It's kind of wild, right? Apparently, the reports of abductors were false and appears to have been a runaway situation. Yes, maybe. Okay, so now they're like, it's a runaway. There's so much different information. I don't know why. Because at this point in time, it should be very much public knowledge as to why this happened. They found the kid. The police should have been like, okay, yo, WTF. And the kid be like, yeah, sorry, this happened. The mom been like, this happened. And then be like, just gonna tell everyone, you guys are idiots. Enjoy the, you know, backlash you get from this. And that should have been about it. But it's, let's see. He was found safe. Mary encounter share, like, the MAGA hat detail appears unconfirmed in official sources. So, What is this threat? Show me actual factual data he was wearing a MAGA hat or your account will be suspended. Jesus Christ. Is this guy like Sir Abstinence or what? Oh my God. This dude has got to be a virgin. What a heck of a comment there. So, I don't know. And why did this guy just now comment this? Oh, wait, no, he didn't. It was 10:44 a.m. I mean, that's just crazy, right? I don't understand. I really, really do not understand what is going on. So, let's see. Why did Caden Speight lie? Let's see this. Caden Speight, also referred to as Caden Speight. I don't think he is. I think I just misspelled it. You could have actually said that, but I guess you don't want to be rude. But I hate that, actually. Could have just said, you meant Caden Speight, right? Or something like that and just confirmed it, but whatever. 17-year-old Dunellen, Florida, triggered a statewide Amber Alert. Yeah. Okay. Family dispute as catalyst. Reports indicate a disagreement with his parents earlier in the week prompted the plan. He allegedly took his father's GUN. Oh my God. Hold on. Is this right or is Grok hallucinating? Because that's freaking scary, actually. He shot himself non-fatally in the leg, explaining any... Okay, fired at his truck's windshield to simulate a shooting and abandoned the vehicle. Wow. He bought a black mountain bike, red and gray tint, and sleeping bag at Walmart in Ocala. Items consisting with camping or evading searchers. He was spotted riding the bike in Williston while bleeding, leading to his discovery. Locals claim he consulted an online resource referred to as the cartel site for tips on a fake kidnap. Okay. The motive aligns with the teenager seeking independence or escape from family tensions, using the dramatic lie to buy time and deferred attention. Okay. So he just really wanted to make his family look bad. I have to say, this is a little weird. Hey, Lucids. Oh, yeah, he did have Bloody Wood? Nice. Nice. Man, I'm glad to see Bloody Wood at least do well. But less than your country's biggest metal band? Yeah, oh, man. What would be your country's biggest metal band? There are so many Dutch metal bands, actually. That's kind of funny, Dutch metal. Like a Dutch kettle. Let's see. Let's see. Where? Dutch. Let's see. Oh, Within Temptation. Yeah. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. It's a good band. Definitely a very good band. You know what band I've really been getting back into is Insomnium. Man, they're coming back. A lot of people didn't like Amorphous' new album. I thought it was pretty good. I don't know what's wrong with people these days. Anyway, so back on track here. Let's see. So this, I'm gonna start. Give me the sources to this info. I need to see the sources here. I think that's probably gonna be the best call. Let's pull up, oops, Kick's gone. There we go. Tired of streaming, blah, blah, blah. Yes, I know. More bots from Kick. Absolute garbage. Kick needs to get off their rear end. Let's see. Missing 17-year-old abduction. Okay, we'll just pull some of these open. Boop, boop, boop. Okay. I think I accidentally opened two, right? Yeah. Yep. Okay. Let's see here. So, authorities say they have new evidence that contradicts previously reported facts. Now, deputies say Caden may have left the scene of a shooting on Highway 484 on a bicycle with a tent. So, shooting was all real and stuff. Did he shoot himself? Let's see. Deputies say family members reported receiving text messages from Caden stating he'd been shot by... So, that is where that started for sure. He did this. That is so crazy. You know? Once deputies arrived, they located a bullet hole in the vehicle, which was our indication that a vehicle involved in the shooting was reported, said Zach Moore, a sheriff's office spokesperson. At this time, it's unclear why Caden provided apparently false information to his family. He could face criminal charges. He should. He definitely should. Family members and friends have shared some details about the missing teenager, TV20, on social media. Okay, so there's that info. I don't know if he should necessarily be charged as an adult. He's pretty damn well close, but luckily he didn't hurt anybody. So I don't know if that actually qualifies him to be charged as an adult for what he did. Having the firearm might change things, but I'm not sure. Simply because nobody else was hurt, and he just injured himself. And depending on what this kid says or what the police find, if they find that he was in a very unsafe home or a very abusive household or something, they may not charge him at all. You know what I mean? He may have been a kid trying to get out of a bad situation. Who knows? I'm not sure. The Florida Department of Law Enforcement issued an Amber Alert on Thursday evening for a 17-year-old, but at noon Friday, the Marion County Sheriff's Office said the teen remained missing, but that the original claim appeared to not be true. Yes, as we know. I want to get down to... the police did ask me if he was bleeding as he went by, and I told them no, he looked normal, and he wasn't struggling to ride his bicycle. Man, where did he shoot himself where he wasn't struggling? That's wild, because that I don't see how that wouldn't hurt. What did he shoot the car with? That's wild, right? Let's see. Yeah, there's not much info coming from these sources on this, so I don't know if he shot himself or not. Let's see. Can I find, like... No, nothing involving blood. Shot, let's see. They had reported that he was shot. That's the only thing that says anything about shot. We know his vehicle was shot. Did he shoot himself in the leg or something? Let's see. Yeah, are you not able to find that? Okay, well, that search thing is useless. Let's see. What we learned through that investigation. Fact confirmed the opposite. Intent. Investigation's ongoing. Okay. What was this play? Let's see. Bloom said Caden had left from the Walmart on his bicycle. The sheriff had searched dogs working to locate the teen prior to him being found, but we want to look into this case to see what the cause, what was his plan, what was the reason. So as we further that and go a deeper dive on that, we're going to where we can let you know. That is so... Wow. Did this dude even speak English at all? Did I read that wrong? Or is this him? Like, so as we further that and go a deeper dive on that, we're going to where we can let you know. Okay? Thank you. Thank you, Bloom, whoever you are. That's amazing. That's a fun sentence. Anyway, yeah, it seems to me that, I don't know if Grok's hallucinating or not. I don't know if this kid shot himself in the leg. I have absolutely no clue. So, that's really freaky. That's really freaky if that happened. I want to know what was going on, you know? Wait a minute. Staged elements like preparation, bike tent shooting. Okay, so here's two links on this. Maybe I should open these. I didn't realize that. Okay. Florida Amber Alert. Okay. What we know, the Florida Department of Law Enforcement has issued an alert. Okay, we know that. What we don't know, authorities have not said how Speight came into contact with the men believed to be with him or whether the teenager left his home voluntarily or was abducted. This seems really, really out of date. This was at 7:53 p.m. September 25th. Yeah, so that's not good. So are they talking about when they say shooting, when Grok says shooting here, preparation, bike tent shooting, these don't seem, this says published September 26th, and it gave me a September 25th article. Good job, Grok. You are hallucinating. Yeah, I think Grok is hallucinating about that. I don't think there was, I don't know if he shot himself. I don't think he did. Let's just say shot. Yeah, okay. See, this is not updated at all with that. I don't know if he shot himself in the leg or if he just shot his truck. Family dispute, runaway motive, ongoing investigation. Possibly one of these two. We'll see. So, why it matters. Okay. What to know. Described as 6 feet. Okay. What people are saying, I don't care. Okay. This has nothing. Let's see. Instead, it's believed he may have left the truck. Black bicycle with red and gray tent purchased from Walmart. Detectives said they have also found no evidence of a reported shooting around the same time and location where Speight was last seen, which is weird because they did confirm that his windshield was shot out, so that's really weird. Why can they not be consistent at all in what? I want to know what's going on with this. I genuinely want to know what's going on with this. This is so weird. How is it so difficult for any of this, like, information to come forward? I don't understand. So this is a completely different story. I don't even know how that opened up. Anyway, yeah, I think Grok's hallucinating. We'll have to see. We'll check in maybe here in like the next 45 minutes or something like that. Maybe 30 minutes or so. We'll check back in, see if any info has come back on that supposed MAGA kidnapping that went down. You gotta love this stuff, guys. Hey, if y'all are new here, thank y'all for coming here. Please like, subscribe, share. Join my Discord down in the description below. Now let's go into here. Jimmy Kimmel returning to ABC's Sinclair stations. He's going to just be reinstated on all television and everything. Apparently, it's cool to incite violence. I don't know. It's also cool to lie about, you know, what someone's motives were whenever they ended somebody's life. You could just apparently go and make that up and make your own narrative. That's a cool thing, I guess. Those are things that ABC and Sinclair just support. Now, here's the deal. They absolutely dead on lied about, like, the FCC shutting them down. That never happened because they went and reinstated everything. And it's not like the FCC has ever come out and said anything about any of this. And these news stations also never came out and said, or news stations, these television stations never came out and said anything on the matter. It was just Jimmy Kimmel alluding to it. I don't know if Jimmy Kimmel directly said it either, though. Did he? Did Jimmy Kimmel actually say that it was the FCC that shut him down? I think that should get him in trouble. I think if you claim the police came and did something, you know, of any type, and they did not, I think that should be very much against the law to do. Like, that's kind of ridiculous. That's as bad as slander, in my opinion. And whenever you go and you set somebody up like that, when you set your own people up against, you know, your own, how would I describe it? Your own taxpayer-funded institutes, I guess. And you set people up against it based on a lie, I think that's pretty bad. I don't think that should be allowed. You know, not necessarily in a way where we can jail somebody, I guess, but should be some sort of consequence, right? I don't know. Maybe I'm overreaching, but I think it's pretty bad to sit there and say, oh, you know, the FCC did this to us when they didn't at all. I think that should be some form of slander. But anyway, Sinclair Broadcast Group announced Friday that it will resume airing Jimmy Kimmel Live on its ABC-affiliated stations, ending a blackout that had drawn criticism from viewers, advertisers, and media watchdogs. The show is set to return to Sinclair markets beginning Friday evening. Let's see if they mention anything about the FCC here at all, actually. I just want to see. FCC, nothing. Kind of weird, right? Kind of weird that if, you know, the FCC had done this, if the left was right about that, maybe they would have mentioned, oh, the FCC turned this over or something like that, or mention it at all, right? You would think. It's a little strange. Oh, hello, Yo Mom account. Look for Impelmon Jimmy Kimmel 7 years ago. What is that video about? Is that, there's only one thing I really liked from Jimmy Kimmel back in the day, and that was the unnecessary censorship. That was funny. It was his tribute to the FCC. He's had a hatred for the FCC for a long, long time. But, I mean, to go out of your way and lie about the FCC doing something to you, it's a little much. I think that's a little messed up. Anyway, the reinstatement of Jimmy Kimmel Live marks a turning point in a week-long controversy that raised questions about editorial independence, political influence, and the role of local broadcasters in shaping national discourse. Sinclair's decision to preempt the program, along with Nexstar, which is still not allowed the program to air, well, it is now, they've caved, has sparked backlash. This must be an older part or something? I don't know. Because they just said that Nexstar is now allowing this. Did I misread it or something? Pretty sure they just did this. What is this? Oh, sweet. Okay. Yeah, so, whoa, almost knocked that clean over. Klutz. Anyway, yeah, so they're saying it hasn't allowed it, but it has. So this is probably just a bad article in general. Let's go back to X, because I shared it. This is the article I think I got from that, right? Didn't I share it? Oh, God. Okay. Jimmy Kimmel. Okay. We'll do latest. Disney, you have done irreversible damage to your brand. All this libtard chilling with Jimmy Kimmel and woke. You have lost conservatives forever. I mean, they lost conservatives a long time ago. Has anybody been watching Disney, like, as of late? As, you know, being on the left wing in general? Or right wing, I should say. Not left wing. I don't think so. I don't think very many people have been partaking in Disney as of late. I think Disney knows that, or Jimmy Kimmel wouldn't have been losing $40 million a year. He wouldn't have been losing that much. You know what I mean? Jimmy Kimmel represents everything wrong with American entertainment. Yeah. Well, not necessarily everything wrong, but because I could think of some worse stuff. But yeah, he's a majority of what's wrong with American entertainment, I would say for sure. Let's see. Sinclair brings Jimmy Kimmel. Yeah, right here. Okay. Nexstar and Sinclair bring Jimmy Kimmel's show back to local TV stations. Okay, yeah. Nexstar Media Group joined Sinclair Broadcasting in bringing Jimmy Kimmel Late Night Talk Show back to its local TV stations on Friday night, ending a days-long TV blackout. Yeah, this is the same article, right? Let's see. When the boycott began, Sinclair, which is known for its conservative political content, called on Kimmel to apologize to the Kirk family. Taking it a step further, the company asked him to make a meaningful personal donation to Turning Point USA, the non-profit that Kirk founded. I could see them forcing him to apologize. I don't think they have any right to tell him who to donate to or anything like that. That's a step too far, in my opinion. But an actual meaningful apology would have been appropriate, for sure. Now, he's super duper rich. I get it. Giving a donation for him is nothing. But still, I just like, I don't know. It's kind of like telling your kid to go give the kid the toy that you snatched out of their hands. It's like, I don't know. That's a weird one. I don't want my job doing something like that. I want my job to stay a little bit more professional, in my opinion. You know what I mean? On the day Kirk was ended, Kimmel shared a message of support for Kirk's family and other victims. No, he didn't. Which he reiterated during his Tuesday return to ABC. He did not. He didn't share any support for him. He called the person who ended him one of him. That's a fact. And yet, they think that's okay. That's not the case. And it wasn't the case. He knew it wasn't the case. He had all of the factual information about it. But he doesn't care. He doesn't care if conservatives are killed. Whatsoever. And neither does Whoopi Goldberg. Because we're going to be going into that. But anyway, yeah. So they caved. They're going to put him back on the air. That's fine. Because if they're stupid enough to keep losing $40 million a year, I mean, let him die off. I don't care. Nobody's watching local TV anymore. 80-year-olds are watching local TV. In the next 5 years, local TV will literally lose 3/4 of their population. It's not... 5 years from now, local TV is practically going to not exist. They're going to be begging for government handouts. That's what local TV will be doing. Everything's going to go to stream. The only thing you're going to see anybody watch local TV is their local news station. That's going to be it. There's not going to be anything else. There's no point. There's so much free TV on streaming, and a Roku device costs $15. Are you kidding me? You could get unlimited free television for $15. A one-time payment of $15, not monthly. You can go get Peacock. You can get so many other free televisions that have so many free shows that are awesome. Nobody's watching local TV. So I don't even understand this little stunt they're trying to do here, because nobody cares. Nobody cares about the FCC anyway. And yet the FCC had nothing to do with any of this. But genuinely, like, who watches local television now? Who cares if the FCC exists? Because they don't have any control over the internet whatsoever. Once local television is gone, you're going to see the FCC shrink. Guaranteed. Unless, you know, somehow they manage to pass it onto the internet. Then, of course, that's a whole different ball game. But as long as we don't allow that to happen, the FCC has no choice. I mean, you know, unless they want to just monitor radio traffic. And that's it, you know. But that's that. Anyway, enough of Jimmy Kimmel. Let's get into Whoopi Goldberg.
Worry for us, and I want to say this about Americans. 76% of Americans say Trump doesn't deserve to win the Nobel Peace Prize. So he's...
Where did she get that number? Literally, the majority of people voted for Trump. Did you poll those people, or did you poll a small group in California?
The whole country doesn't think that. The Swedes don't want to give it to him, and they're the ones who have it.
Exactly.
If he ends the war in Ukraine, he should get the
So
Nobel
delusional.
Peace Prize. Let's root for him.
These people are so delusional. Trump won the popular vote. What are you talking about?
not sure
Yeah,
about
but
that.
Well,
I just, listen, it's not happening at the moment.
Yeah.
He had an opportunity to do so much more than he offered them, and they don't consider him to be serious anymore. And I'm worried. What is the amendment, the
23rd?
23rd Amendment, when people start to say
24th is
24th, it's when they
When
say
people what?
maybe we should
Maybe instead of trying to guess the amendment, you let her ask her question first, you absolute idiot. 23rd. Yeah, the 23rd Amendment, whenever they 24th. What are you doing, lady? But did I just imagine that? Am I going insane?
when people start to say
24th is
24th, it's
When
when
people start to say, you got 24th out of that? How?
23rd Amendment, when people start to say
24th is
24th, it's
When people start to say 24th Amendment. Oh, 24th, okay.
when they
When
say
people what?
maybe we
For
should
people what?
talk about,
Oh.
I'm gonna lose my mind in a minute. I'm not even kidding. It's not even a conversation. They haven't said any words.
It's actually the 25th Amendment.
Oh, 25th.
What is wrong with you people? How do any of you know even what they're talking about? Is there script involved? Like, that's such bad dialogue. They absolutely planned this out. This is insane. Are you serious?
We were getting closer with every number. We were getting there.
I didn't know what you meant. You meant when you start questioning someone's competence.
Yeah, of course you didn't know what she meant. She said 4 words. Unbelievable. These people are stupid.
well, they
Competence,
question
mental
Biden's
acuity.
competence. If Biden had acted like this, I'd have said, yeah, take him and sit him
Yeah.
down.
Oh my God. If Biden didn't act like a corpse, anything other than a corpse, then you would have had him thrown out of office?
Down somewhere.
Yeah.
But this was not presidential, and this was not helpful.
No.
This was not helpful.
It's embarrassing.
Okay. Anyway, so she's wanted to invoke the 25th Amendment on Donald Trump. I didn't understand anything they were trying to say until the very end. This whole conversation. That's unbelievable. But anyway, to translate their stupidity, she wants Trump forcibly removed from office. It is such a desperate cope from the left. It is sad. I am in so much awe as to how often these people live in their delusional wherever they think they are. They don't live in the same, like, they don't live in the same reality as us at all. Getting tripped up here. This is absolutely insane that they constantly call and try to get people removed they don't like. They constantly try to start coups. We didn't remove Biden from office. We didn't try to remove him from office, even though he was incapable. He was very much capable of being outed by the 25th Amendment, and Nancy Pelosi even threatened Biden himself with this 25th Amendment. Nancy Pelosi did that. And yet, we did not try to, remove him from office. As much as the left likes to pretend that we tried an insurrection, even though they did it 4 times, literally, while they were mentioning January 6th. It's crazy, because they committed an insurrection in May of 2019 when they firebombed the White House, burning down that old church that are on the White House grounds, trying to break into the White House, and people try to memory hold this so hard. Like, that never happened. None of that stuff happened. Trump was sent to his bunker, and then you all made fun of him. Y'all made fun of him for going down in his bunker while people were trying to break into the White House. Yeah, kind of wild, right? They did that before January 6th. And then, of course, they had the Chaz Chop, whatever you want to call it, the Capitol Hill Autonomous Zone, where 4 people were shot. Or was it 2? Maybe 2. 2 people were shot because they weren't black enough. They ended up being black guys, but they thought they were white guys. That was a wild one. Not to mention, how they also, in that same area, executed a guy for wearing a MAGA hat. That was cool. Created a crazy high-speed chase all the way up into Washington State, where police ended up laying that guy out. And then the left literally said that the officers went there to end that guy on purpose because they defended a MAGA guy. They were Portland police and, freaking Washington police. Yeah, that sounds like they're very extreme left-wing police officers, right? Or extreme right-wing police officers that would defend MAGA. Officers that are all around, the most blue cities where the guy was put down like a dog. Anyway, yeah, maybe don't get violent with people. Maybe don't do that. He's smart, right? Anyway, so she's asking for the 25th Amendment to be put in on Trump. And let's see the top one for this. Whoopi says she's ready to leave the U.S. Oh. Is this the top one? He's not going to have very many people disagreeing with Whoopi. He's going to have a lot of people disagree with Whoopi. That's what I meant to say. I don't know why I'm saying the opposite of what I mean every single time right now. I am tired today. Whoopi calls for this. Okay, maybe there'll be leftists here agreeing. I don't know. Outside of the MAGA cult, all of us are worried. It's amazing how the ones, quote-unquote, outside of the MAGA cult happen to only be 15% of America. It's crazy when you go and look at the Democrats' approval rating, how unbelievably low it is, and they still are sticking to their guns. It's wild to watch. It's pretty painful to watch. Maybe they think they'll give it a couple years, maybe see if they have a comeback or something. I don't know. A child was abused in chat. Yeah, that too. They're also trying to do that weird tomato garden on top of that cardboard. That was cringe. That was very, very cringe. All right. So that's Trump, the UN. Very funny. The Mastery knows no bounds. This picture better. Man, I remember that. Was she taking Ozempic now? Or is that what people do? Great. Thank you for that garbage meme. If we could just jail Trump, get rid of MAGA and Electoral College, stack the Supreme Court, ban voter ID and censor free speech, we could save democracy. That is a great, great statement from some very smart leftists right there. Let's see. Okay, here's some more Kimmel stuff. That's what I was going to kind of cover that. I don't know. He's back. Who cares? Let's go over some crazier stuff, though. For real. Like, Libs of TikTok here shared this. Des Moines, or Moines, something like that. Iowa Public Schools Superintendent Ian Roberts has been arrested by ICE. The school claims they have no information as to why he's being detained. This is hilarious. Robert is from Ghana and had a final deportation order issued in May of 2024, before Trump was president. He allegedly fled from law enforcement today when they showed up to arrest him. Why would they say they have no information on that? I mean, maybe the city knew and they just didn't inform the school. I mean, in all fairness, that could be possible. On behalf of the board of Des Moines Public Schools, I wish to share information of immediate importance to the DMPS community. Pursuant to the board-approved DMPS Leadership Succession Plan, Matt Smith, Associate Superintendent, will immediately step into the role of interim superintendent until further notice. The action follows Dr. Ian Roberts being detained by Immigration Customs Enforcement agents this morning. We have no confirmed information as to why Dr. Roberts is being detained or the next potential steps. Okay, so that makes sense. They could just be playing it a little bit. What essentially could be happening is they haven't had it, quote-unquote, confirmed by ICE that that's why they detained him. They know why he's detained. They've been calling and probably are like, we can't give you that information yet. And then the school's going to regurgitate that garbage, even though they know what's up. I mean, there's only one reason why ICE arrests you. There's only one reason. Well, I guess there's technically two reasons. If you start attacking ICE agents too, they'll probably arrest you, I imagine. You know, probably can't be doing that. Otherwise, they're only going to arrest you if you're illegally in the country. But to have a literal order of deportation on you in May of 2024, I mean, what did you expect? What did you expect to have happen? Good riddance. Who cares? An illegal running a whole school district shows how bad it is. Correct. Yeah. Playing dumb doesn't change the facts or the law. Nice. HRK recently bought 3,000 shares of something garbage. Fantastic, X. Thank you all so much. But anyway, don't care too much about him. Let's watch this, though, just because it's funny. I think it's funny. Guys, tell me this. Is this called muscle memory?
All right, everyone. How do we feel about cotton as decoration? Personally, for me, it doesn't feel great. So actually, it feels like nail polish remover cotton, natural.
I mean, she said that out loud, right? It feels like nail polish remover cotton. Why would cotton feel any different than cotton? It's a cotton ball. Notice how disgusted she was after that? When she literally does that all the time with her fingernails. I just find that weird. You know? May 2024, that creepy Biden administration that did that. Yeah. Exactly.
All right, everyone.
It's so weird. So is this muscle memory, though? Just instantly goes and, you know, is that what you would consider muscle memory? Okay, just checking. Just checking, that's all. Okay. James Comey. I don't know if there's going to be more stuff on this or not, but I just am interested in this statement, really.
Now that James Comey has been indicted, who is the next person on your list in this retribution?
It's not a list, but I think there'll be others. I mean, they're corrupt. These were corrupt, radical left Democrats. Because Comey essentially was he was worse than a Democrat. I would say the Democrats are better than Comey. But no, there'll be others. Look, that's my opinion. They weaponized the Justice Department like nobody in history. What they've done is terrible. And so I hope there are others, because you can't let this happen to a country.
Now that
Absolutely agreed, but who's he going to arrest? Who exactly is he going to arrest now? That's the question, you know? And I hope that he ends up getting the people who deserve it and the people who he promised to put behind bars. If he doesn't do that, then that's not good, you know? It's not really, not what he promised. So we'll see what happens. We'll definitely see what happens here coming up. He is doing that because he knows that there will be no fair election on 2028 after his mandate, or he will, okay, and before that. Otherwise, he is just opening the door for the next Democrat president. We just need to make it mandatory. For federal elections, you have to do it the federal way. For state elections, states get to decide. I think that's really the fair way to do it. If Democrats don't want fair states, then Republicans can freely leave those states, go to a red state, and then we all go under one form for federal. And I think it needs to be paper in every single state. It's very simple. We have done it all the way up until literally 2020. It's kind of crazy how the left pretends that we had a different voting system in 2016 than paper ballots. We didn't do it any differently. The only way you could get it is absentee ballot. There were no mail-in ballots. People are absolutely lying about that stuff. It's crazy. You could either absentee or go in person. That was it. Now, other states tried to implement that during COVID. They tried to make up all this garbage that we need to social distance. It's not okay. Not a good thing to do. We're not going to do that. We need it all under one simple system. That way it is fair for every single person. Every single person has to do it the exact same way. It's the only way we can do that. It's the only way this country needs to function. It's pretty simple, you know? Anyway, let's move on. Let's see this. So Hassan predicts that his Twitter ratio on Laura Loomer could be consequential. I'm going to get deported, man. They're going to denaturalize my A for this. Ratio is too far significant for Laura Loomer not to do something about it. I really shouldn't have tapped glass solo. Okay, let's see what he's talking about. This seems pretty silly, right? The online mail-in ballots was for military overseas, exactly. Or for disabled people. You could get an absentee ballot if you were disabled. And that's fine. You just got to provide proof. You know what I mean?
There was an investigation into that, which did not conclude wrongdoing on the part of the former FBI director, Comey. In that context, when you look at the fact that there was an investigation,
nobody said, this is what's funny. And this is what's Hassan is so confused by. Because this is the problem with leftists. They always put words in your mouth. Always put words in your mouth. By the way, if you guys are new here, please subscribe. Join the Discord down in the description below. Give a like and all that stuff. Likes absolutely help to put this video out there in front of more people. One like is like 3 new views or something like that. I can't remember. But it's something like that, so I appreciate it. Creep Hassan, so Sam High to fight. Absolutely. Laura Loomer literally says, hopefully today President Trump can negotiate the permanent deportation of Hassan Piker back to Turkey. It's time for him to go home. She never once says that he wasn't born here in the United States. And here's the thing. I don't care if he was born here in the United States or not. When you are a terrorist sympathizing piece of garbage, yeah, I don't mind sending you, getting rid of your citizenship if you're a dual citizen. Somewhere else you could go to that other place. I don't care. We don't want you here. You're un-American. Go back to Turkey. Figure it out. Don't care. He lived in Turkey for a long time. He went to school in Turkey. It's not like he hasn't been there before. It's not like he hasn't done anything. It's a good way to, what is that? If you want to hear, oh yeah, your Kick Fam, okay. I'm not going to Kick Farm or Kick Fam, whatever it is.
Reached fucking that deported, and man. Now we have charges.
They're gonna denaturalize my ass, dude. Now this ratio is far too significant for Laura Loomer not to do something about it. I really shouldn't have fucking tapped the glass, dude. I don't know.
It's funny. I'm going to laugh really, really hard. I'm going to laugh really hard if and when it happens. But, you know, here's the thing. I don't think it would be good for Turkey to send a psychopath over to their country. That's kind of mean, isn't it? I think he deserves just a nice padded cell. He has broken too many laws here in America. He has incited violence way too many times. He absolutely needs to be locked away. He's a danger to himself and people in society.
I'm so cooked.
Yeah. In Canada, we
4.7K likes to 129K likes. I'm so cooked.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing, though. Let's see. He got 130,000 likes. She got how many? How many likes did she get? I don't know. Let's see. Does he show it? Here's hers. 4.7 thousand likes. He has 130,000 likes. Okay.
Laura Loomer photos.
It's funny to watch it, but I don't think he realizes what's coming for him. You know, I really don't think he does, because we're not tolerating this behavior anymore. We're done. We're absolutely
Did you see her
done.
comment on your post?
I don't mind
she
him
said,
going.
"You sure don't act like it."
You don't.
Guess
You
we'll just have to
hate
prosecute
America.
for material support of a foreign terrorist organization then.
It's disgusting. Hassan himself is absolutely a terrorist supporter. It sucks.
Hassan
it sucks to
Piker
see someone
indicted
so-
for making Laura Loomer feel bad.
Yeah, anyway. He could take his little victory lap for that one. I don't really care much. Doesn't matter. So, means nothing. Means absolutely nothing. Because nobody's going to stop him from getting denaturalized and sent back to Turkey. He lived there for a long, long time. Literally, who is going to stop ICE from doing that? It'd be hilarious. But, I don't know. I think he just belongs in a nice padded cell. It's like a shark coming for a fish with no thoughts. Yeah. You know. Laura Loomer is discount Temu version of Fed Married Southern. Yeah. I don't know. The thing about it is, I talked to Lauren Southern. There was a couple things that were shady. There were a couple things that made sense. You know. I don't know, at the end of the day, who's telling the truth. Lauren Southern or the Tate brothers or Tommy Robinson. Because Tommy Robinson, he definitely lied about a few things that were pretty significant. It just seems like a mess to me. I just, you know, at the end of the day, if you look at every single famous political commentator, you could always find something wrong with them. Nowhere, at least nowhere near to the degree that Destiny or Hassan, you know, I mean, you don't see them like, you know, abusing their kids, like, you know, people on the right in comparison to, you know, Destiny and, you know, just sending nudes of people that are underage and having them on your computer and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, you know, you just don't really find that as often with the right. But at the end of the day, you know, you can find some weird stuff just about every single streamer out there. I'd say the only ones that I haven't found weird stuff about, which is, I'm glad, the Quartering, Bearing, Count Dankula, they seem to be actually real people. You know what I mean? Sargon of Akkad, too. You know, real people. I think I'm beginning to understand a little bit as to what happened with Tim Pool. And I don't want to open up a wound there if, because if it's what I think it is, it wasn't good with what happened with Eliza Blue. And I think I get what was going on and why Tim covered it up. And, I don't know. Maybe, one of these days, if I do like a members thing, I haven't set up members yet or anything like that. So maybe if people want to do that, maybe I can discuss something with them. I don't know, discuss my thoughts on it, but I think I get it. And it's not a great situation, but it's not really anything important pertaining to the public. So at the end of the day, I may have misread this Eliza Blue situation. I'm going to do a video over it later. And, not really talk about that directly, but explain that I'm pretty much done with the whole feud thing that, you know, the not trusting of Tim Pool, because he's got a great channel and all. Man, you can always find weird things. You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, I believe it. That's kind of where I'm getting at. I think she did. And I think she did with people. That's kind of what my contention. I think she did with people that she really shouldn't have. Not Tim Pool himself. Because Tim Pool at the time was a single dude. So it wouldn't have mattered. Ian was a single dude and all, you know what I mean? But I'm not going to name names or anything like that. But I think there was one of the workers, one of the someones, somebody there did something they shouldn't have done with Eliza. And it probably affected their personal family life. You know what I mean? So I think maybe it was something like that. And Tim Pool was just like, look, I don't want this to destroy anyone's lives. Let's be done with it. But of course, can't be sure. Could have been something corrupt. Who knows? Who knows? I don't know. And we're never going to know. It's been buried. Nobody's talking. Maybe one day someone will come out and say something 10 years from now. Who knows? But it's not something worth my time. You know what I mean? Oh, God. IRL's ghost hunting and staying at a haunted hotel. Casey Tron. Great. I bet she's trying to summon the incels of Christmas past. Is that what she's trying to do? Oh, good Lord. You know. Anyway, yeah, I think that's it. I think that's all I have for today. Mr. Obvious, I hope Hassan gets deported. Before anyone thinks Hassan will get deported, he won't. He was born in Jersey. Nobody cares if he was born in Jersey. You know? Nobody cares. We literally do not care. How is it this hard to understand? You are Hassan Piker's literally a terrorist. The dude literally supports terrorism. Don't care. You're a terrorist. He advocates for violence. You're a terrorist. Simple. Okay? When you do that, I don't think you deserve to be in our country anymore. I think he needs to go to Gitmo. That's where he deserves to be. Outside of the United States, but in a prison. I think that would be a great place for Hassan. I think he would do well there. I think he would have a lot of time to clear his head. Get rid of all the stress that's bothering him. Sit in a nice cell. Yeah, Mr. Obvious, he's a cool guy. Very cool guy. I'd like to get him on here sometime, you know. Have a chat with him, make a video with him or something. Who knows? I think it'd be a lot of fun. Let me know if there's anything that I could cover for tomorrow, guys, so I could get it early on. Oh, he's subscribed to your channel. That's funny. Yeah. Let him be a hate watcher, you know. He'll add to the views. But guys, yeah, for sure. Like, subscribe, share, all that stuff. Did you see the last video, Mr. Obvious? Yeah, he doesn't post a lot anymore. I don't know. He had some issues. He had some issues with YouTube demonetizing him, and it hit him hard. So, Left 4 Dead, Dead Island live streams. Nothing like that coming yet, not live stream wise. But I am going to start recording with I need to call him. I need to call Caden. Yeah. Then again, later on tonight, I may be playing a little game with his brother, so I could probably just, you know, talk to him too and make it easy. But yeah, we're gonna get things figured out. We're probably gonna do some Halloween gaming stuff. Realistically, that's probably what we're gonna get uploaded here soon to Intoxic Gaming. So could be some of that. But anyway, guys, thank you. Seriously, thank you all for coming out here. I really do appreciate it. Like, subscribe, share, join the Discord, and I will see you guys here in the next one. Later. Where am I there? Oh no, I was in it.